The email pinged at 6 a.m., subject line screaming rent due, Kara Venable in ruthless caps. No greeting, just a PDF attachment, cold as a court summons. I opened it at the breakfast table, Dad slicing his toast without a glance. $200 a month, he said, like he was listing gas prices. Includes your room, Wi-Fi, utilities, family upkeep. The breakdown was surgical: $1,400 rent, $350 utilities, $450 shared costs. Due on the 1st, $75 late fee. My sister Lila scrolled her tablet, earbuds in, vibing to some fashion vlog. I opened my mouth, Lila doesn't, but Mom's voice slid in, velvet and final. Kara, you're established. Time to act like it. Established. I worked 7 to 3 at the savings and loan, then hauled across town to bartend until 2 a.m. I skipped coffee shops, patched my jeans, lived in the same creaky loft I'd had since I was 12. I wasn't established, I was chained. I saved the PDF, slipped my phone into my jacket, and left the table. In my room, my banking app showed $1,100, barely breathing. I opened a spreadsheet, named it Debt Tally, and logged every cent, rent, power, groceries I'd covered. Lila's giggles echoed from downstairs, her screen flashing a makeup haul. I added a tab, Lila's tabs. By Saturday, my shoulders burned from juggling drink trays, my ankles screamed from 12-hour days. My inbox overflowed, payment due in 3 days. At home, Lila sprawled on the recliner, in my old flannel, a delivery box labeled C. Venable on the ottoman. You used my card again? I asked, waving it. She didn't look up. You gave me access once. For a laptop, I nearly shouted. Mom appeared, sipping tea. Kara, Lila's exploring her options. You've got income. Share the load. They didn't call it theft, just sisterly support. I bit back rage. My app showed new charges: $70 for eyeliner, $15 for a music app, $80 for sushi deliveries, all tied to our shared family account. I searched freeze credit card but paused and typed open secure savings. During a break, I biked to a credit union downtown, opened an account with a private email, and got a P.O. box for statements. I deposited $900, my last bartending bonus. At night, I updated Debt Tally, blue for paid bills, orange for Lila's charges, gray for contested ones. Each cell was a step toward escape. At work, my coworker Nate caught me glaring at my screen. You're plotting a breakout, he teased. I spilled it, the invoice, Lila's spending, Mom and Dad's life lessons. He tapped his monitor, pulling up a county lien database. Your parents' mortgage is 120 days delinquent. My stomach dropped. I'm paying rent. Nate snorted. They're using you to dodge foreclosure. I added a row, family bailout. It wasn't guidance, it was exploitation. Online, I found a foreclosed one-bedroom condo, cheap because the seller was desperate. No yard, but clean lines, big windows, a balcony. Unreachable for now, but my savings grew. Nate linked me with Ms. Liu, a semi-retired escrow agent. Over diner coffee, she mapped it out. Create an LLC, buy discreetly. Your name stays hidden. I called it Tidepoint LLC, for the current I was writing. I packed in secret, jeans, journals, a cracked teapot, stashing boxes in a rented storage locker during lunch. No one saw my emptying shelves. Lila was lost in her live streams, Mom and Dad thought I was drained. I picked a Monday to vanish. Lila had spin class, Mom her pottery group, Dad his poker night. Nate hauled my chair and books in his van, claiming we were running errands. I left my key on the dresser and a note on the fridge, Kara. I've moved out. Services in my name end tonight. Mail to P.O. Box. C. I settled into a rented nook at Nate's aunt's house, a corner room with slanted ceilings. Ms. Liu called at noon. Tidepoint's bid cleared. You close in 20 days. I gripped my phone, heart racing. A foothold, not a finish line. They tracked me down in 6 days. A Tide Point LLC notice had hit their mailbox, declaring their mortgage reassigned. Ms. Liu texted a snapshot, Mom clutching the letter, eyes wide, Dad scowling. That night, they showed up. I cracked the door. There's an error, Mom said, voice thin. Some LLC owns our loan. No error, I said. Dad's eyes sharpened. What's Tide Point? I held his stare. Mine. Lila huffed, her bracelets jingling. Mom tried again. Kara, Lila needs a place. Just for now. Spare room, I said. $200 a month. Late fees apply. Lila laughed, bitter. You're not serious. I didn't flinch. You showed me the rules. Dad growled, we're family. I stepped back. You had your chance. I shut the door. They returned a week later, quieter, no knocking. I let them in, pointed to a folder on the counter. Inside, 2 years of records, rent, Wi-Fi, Lila's charges, every dollar I'd bled. And the condo's deed, now Tide Points. Dad's hand shook as he read. This is legal? Very, I said. Mom's voice broke. We didn't mean to hurt you. I stood. New terms arrive tomorrow. Email Tide Point. I handed them the folder and opened the door. My condo was compact, walls bare until I painted them slate blue. I unpacked my sketchpads, untouched since high school. Drawing wasn't a luxury anymore, it was survival. Mom came by once, holding a pencil case from my old art class. You were so good, she murmured. We pushed too hard. I took it, said nothing, and closed the door. I sent the rent notice on the 1st, Tide Point LLC. $2,200. 5 days grace. Lila texted, asking for a barista job reference. I approved it. Nate and his aunt brought tacos that night, we toasted Tide Point's first profit. You flipped their script, Nate said. I grinned. In my new space, I sketched, jagged lines, vivid purples, raw motion. My phone pinged, dinner? Lila's hours are short. Mortgage is due. I replied, rent due on 1st. Then blocked them. The sketchpad filled, bold and unapologetic. The quiet wasn't hollow, it was power.